Garnett Silent, you're with Rodney G. And we're back another Friday for you and me, Hamster Wheel, doing it all over, which is good. I think it's always actually a blessing to come to a Friday because you get your weekend, you get to start it all over again, and you get to moan about it. And then Monday comes and you find the strength to do it all over. Reality, it's amazing. So we're here. We're finally here. I know I've been playing with y'all's emotions. And so I actually kind of thought about just holding it up. Okay, hold on. We ain't got to fight about it. I'm going to tell you the story. We are all ready to go. What does it say? Everything worked out. Testing is ready. And amazing enough, it didn't happen till a little later afternoon, the surgery for myself taking place. Usually, I always think like my surgeries have always been early morning. You wake up, hear the birds chirping. But this one was a little bit later than usual. Donor, my best friend's wife, everything was planned. Donors from the other side was planned, which is actually, and if my donor hears this, I don't want to like throwing out names because some people are sensitive. And I know he already gave me the approval, but if he hears this, I can't remember if it was South Carolina, North Carolina. All I had to do was shoot a text and get it. But I'm going to take this 50-50 chance and say he was in North Carolina, I believe. Gosh, I feel like it's so wrong. So I think he was in North Carolina, and I believe the kidney that my actual donor, which is the wife of my best friend, was also in North Carolina. So remember I did that pair kidney donation. So her kidney went to the lady which I never met, in North Carolina. And then I got the kidney from, I think, North Carolina. And then it was just a chain from here on out. Now, there's a little something extra to that. It didn't go quite that smoothly. So before everything happened, it could have went south. I got a call. I was at home and just waiting. I'm just waiting for basically the time to come to go to the hospital. He basically asked, is there a place maybe your wife could go for a little bit? And I said, yeah, let me find out. Okay, everything's good. And then he had to come over to the house, and he sat down, and it definitely wasn't a happy moment. Now, granted, me and my best friend, I say best friend, it's more like at this point, like brother. Me and like my brother. I have a biological brother, but my best friend been around. We played semi-pro football for a little bit, and then just for a while there, we were both single guys running around in Tucson, Arizona, trying to represent. I don't know what we was representing, but we was representing maybe because we happen to be in shape and big guys. Sometimes the bouncers wanted us to, hey, you got my back if something goes on. We're like, oh yeah. I don't know. We should have been representing crypto coins. We always talk about that and stocks. But so we known each other for a long time, and kind of had a misty eye. And I was like, oh. So he told me he found some things in an email, and it wasn't good, and he didn't know about this email that he discovered. So we sat there, we both we shed some tears, and we got it together, and eventually we if everything's going to if everything's going to my regulations, we end up going to, they had Airbnb, which was really close, walking distance from the Bay, San Diego. And he and I and my wife, we spent some time there before everything was to happen. We went to the hospital, and his wife was already there. If I remember correctly, she had already had surgery, or she was in the middle of it. I think she already had surgery, if I remember correctly, because she had to transport her kidney before me. So yeah, so Sarah had the surgery, and then we went to the hospital. And at this point, basically, I got admitted and got prepared for the surgery. Now, granted, this is on August 26, 2019. So that's like my born again date, which is an amazing date. However, I share it with not an amazing situation that happened. So it's kind of hard to feel that excitement, because at the end of the day, it wasn't all exciting in the long run. So years passed, things changed, and he's happy. He has a girlfriend now. Life is different than it used to be. That's life. And my wife stayed, at that time, his wife. She supported her throughout her process of healing while in the hospital. And I was supported by my best friend during that time. And my wife would come down to check on me and see how I was doing as well. That was just really different times, And they have the clergy come in, they say a prayer. We say a prayer after, I'm already in the room, but also a really touching moment, which I have the picture. I don't know if sometimes I post it, but we're basically all in their room. My son, my best friend's daughter, best friend, myself in there, and I have the cap on my head and the gown on. There was a couple nurses in there, and then my rabbi at the time had called and offered me a prayer, which was pretty emotional. I remember, like, I don't know if there was a dry. I know the nurse was just bawling out. She was trying to keep her head down. Just everybody at that time was a lot of emotions going on, and especially myself. At the end of the day, you always kind of have, at least for me, kind of in the back of my head like that. When they put you under, you're like, there's that chance you might not wake up type of feelings. I think I was feeling more gratitude at that time, even though everything else earlier in that day kind of didn't play out it played out as it was supposed to, I guess. But I got the kidney. I woke up and, groggy. I wasn't too bad though, but I was groggy. I always wanted to wake up. And I'm not even joking. I always think about, like, I'm going to have them play it. Like, for some reason, every time I wake up from my surgery, and it's not every time, it's just I want it one time. And I thought, wouldn't that be something else if I could wake up to, I want to rock right now. I'm Rabase and came to get down. I always wanted to wake up to It Takes Two. I don't know why. It's just some reason. I thought it'd be like a way to lift the spirits up, I guess. But it didn't happen. So I was in the hospital I don't want to give away because I'm going to go through some days with you. But obviously, I believe they put you into critical care after you get out of surgery. And I'm in there and they just wheel you through that hallway. It's always that fogginess that you feel. I didn't really have any pain at that time. Obviously, I was hopped up on some drugs. So everything was, immediately making urine. So I was able to make urine again. I had a catheter, so I had to worry about getting up to go pee. I was like the first time of making urine in, like I said, like 7 years or so. It was kind of freaky, but a blessing. And then the recipient in North Carolina was able to get her kidney as well. So everything went without a hitch, surgery wise. I was able to see the kidney that my donor had. So they took a picture of the kidney. And initially, my wife kind of gave the kidney his name and just put Little in front of it. But we don't really give it a name anymore. But I do have that born again date, which I use it for gratitude. Always gracious, always appreciative. It's amazing that a stranger would do that. And we actually have spoke. I think I said this once, so I'll get to meet him in more than several months, 2026. So that should be exciting and a bunch of probably more emotions. But to offer that gratitude in person will be a blessing, no doubt. So that is it, at least for that. The surgery, you wake up, you're high, you're high. And then they give you the morphine, and that's just a whole new world itself. So really the pain first, several days is not too bad. I've had worse. That rectal abscess is worse than the pain I felt with that surgery. It was literally pain in the ass. So that's it. We got through it. Appreciate it. I hope I did good trying to respect the outcomes of other situations. I tiptoeing. I heard some eggshells crack a little bit, but I think overall I did well. And probably I waited so long because I was procrastinating on this particular story. And that's probably why I was drawing it out so much, just to be completely transparent. But it's here. Also, I added a little thing on the side of the website. So if you go to my gosh, I always get stuck. This time I count with my fingers like I'm in preschool. www.scarrednotsilent.com. If you go to that page, that's where all the shows are at. If you go to the right of that, you'll see a thing that says Scarred Not Silent Podcast Support. And this is so you can support me because I'm looking to build this up. But it does cost a little money to keep things kind of flowing. With $3 a month, you can help me keep the microphone on and the site going. Just $3 a month. That is probably a protein bar. Okay, I'm done with my pitch there. But yeah, go ahead. Look at that. If you can, that'd be greatly appreciated from me, probably my wife, and so many other people that I want to help out there. And now we're probably going to be kind of moving along a little bit quicker because now I don't have to procrastinate as much trying to figure out the best way to get this information out like I did today. So we'll talk about the future of the show when it gets closer to that. And if you have any suggestions, feel free to go ahead and let me know. If you have any questions, feel free to go ahead and let me know that as well. If you just want to send something one-on-one, maybe said the show sucks, just send me something one-on-one. Or, yeah, you could do it. You could email me. I'll get my email out, the other one out to you. You can send it to scarrednotsilent@gmail.com. And if you just want to connect in some way or another, feel free. Scarred Not Silent. If you wake up, you have a purpose. Bye.